Hi and welcome to Hi and welcome to MRTV Live episode number 19. As you know, MRTV Live is the weekly live stream in which I talk with you about the latest in VR and AR. And today is going to be an awesome show, of course, as always, because we have some exclusive and awesome topics that we're going to talk about. And these are Royale is now finally online for 2 days. The Rec Room craze, and I've played it, I love it. I'm going to talk with you about it, and I'm going to show you some footage of the game. Then we're going to talk more about the Lenovo Mirage Solo. Well, as you have hopefully watched my review, it's a very long review, and I'm going to talk with you a bit more about the device. And we're going to talk about the Vive Focus. There are so many updates coming out of the Vive conference. I really need to talk about it with you. It's kind of interesting, and well, we're going to talk about it in MRTV Live number 19. Also, we're going to talk about the PSVR 2 launch and when it's probably going to happen. All coming up. Yeah, hi and welcome to MRTV. My name is Sebastian Ang, and if this is your first time here, and if you're just as excited about VR and AR as I am, then subscribe now and click on the bell button so you don't miss anything. Yes, so here we are again, MRTV Live. It is time for some awesome live fun with me and you. We're going to talk about some awesome topics, and I'm very, very much looking forward to it. Now, for all of you who are not watching this live, why not? Because live, this is really the biggest fun to watch this live. Anyways, if you're not watching this live, then you can check out the description because I'm going to time code all the topics there. So you can simply go to the description and click on the topic that interests you the most. However, this is not going to happen directly after the show. And if you look there now and you don't see anything, then it means I'm still sleeping, and I'm going to do this after I wake up. But definitely I'm going to time code all the topics there. Anyways, this is not really a news show. This is more of a talk show. So if you're expecting like these concise news items, then you have to look somewhere else because, well, I'm talking about the news with you guys. So this is a talk show about the news, right? So don't expect to get the concise information. There's going to be lots of talk with me and you. So this is the concept of MRTV Live, and well, yeah, you guys love it, I love it, and it seems that the counter is not working because we have definitely more than 0 people watching this here right now. I have to see what's the matter. Anyways, the special thing about MRTV Live is that I'm talking with you about the news. So if you would like to interact with me during this live stream, you can do so on the MRTV Discord server. The MRTV Discord server is a great free resource where you can chat with me and the MRTV community. And somebody has just subscribed to the channel. That is very, very good. TJ Ginger. So if you would like to talk with me during the show, you can do so on the MRTV Discord server. Go to the live stream server and simply chat there with me. And if you say @Sebastian, then I'm going to be able to see it. And I would like to say hello to everybody who's there. Vulcanat, Sevilla Decay, Johnny Mental, Proud Dog, Daniel Bryan Army. Yes. And Oyo and Admiral. Yes. Great. Everybody is there. Awesome. And Vulcanat asked me, Sebastian, what is this YouTube icon with that number on the left corner and the beer glass? Well, you have missed the last show. You have missed the birthday show. Well, this year, the counter, it should actually show the number of live viewers, but it's not working for some reason. I don't know why. And the beer jar, if you send me a super chat, if you would like to donate to this, to your favorite VR channel, you can do that. You can do that. And well, your name is going to be shown here, and then some digital coins will go into that beer glass. And well, last week we made like $110, which I was really, really happy about because, well, you know, I am running this channel thanks to you, the Patreons and the subscribers. So if you love this channel and if you would like to support it, then I would be very, very happy about super chats, of course. That is how I'm financing this channel. I'm not taking money from hardware companies to tell you how awesome their hardware is. No, I want you to be my bosses, and that's why I'm open to super chats. So during the show, you can send me a super chat and I'm going to read it out for you. And definitely this jar is going to fill, hopefully, like it did last week. So everything is going, this jar is going to be filled by you, Vulkanat. Perhaps. All right. Good. So this is how you can interact with me. And let me also say hello to everybody who's in the YouTube chat. Hi there. TJ Ginger, you just subscribed. Noah's there. Yasin is there. Hi. All good to see you here. So if you would like me to read out your news, definitely I'll be super happy if you support this channel. If I somehow am able to enrich your life with VR, or if I brought you into VR, or if I made you find the right headset, then I would be really happy if you support this channel, and this would mean a lot to me. All right, good. Let me just figure out what's the matter here with that, and I have to say thank you so much, man. Thank you so much, Francis, for putting the first dollars here into that beer jar. Thank you so much, Francis. I know that I can count on your support, and this is simply incredible. Thank you, Francis, so much for this. So before I start, let me find out what's the matter here with that 0 here, because that's not true. So let me check this for a moment. One moment, guys. I think that's important because we want to see how many people are watching this. So viewer count. Yes, I have the viewer count online, and I can launch it. So I have launched it already, and okay, give me a moment, guys. And thank you, man. You're making the best of this break, and you're donating. Thank you so much, Nilo, man. Thank you so much for your contribution. This is incredible. Okay. And now, yeah, while I'm doing this, I would like to say I'm really sorry for all the Liverpool fans who have just watched the final and who are really sad about losing against Madrid, and especially the goalkeeper. Oh my goodness, have you watched that? That was so sad. Like 2 huge mistakes. Unbelievable. Okay, now let me try this again. And now it also doesn't work. Okay, you know what? Then we're not going to do the counter today. Anyways, that's fine. So thank you so much, Francis, and thank you so much, Nidelman, for putting the first dollars here into the... Oh, now it works. Yes, woohoo! 46 people, great. So now let's start with the show. And let me also start to go back to read your chats. So... Okay, so Francis says, hey Sebastian, Tex is awesome. Tex is definitely awesome. Thank you so much, Tex. This is incredible. Niloman says, VR game Archangel Hellfire out now. 33% at Steam. Yes, and it's really good, I heard. And Niall says, thanks for the great Mirage solo review. You are so welcome, Niall. Did you get it, or did you now, because of the review, get something else instead? Let me know. And well, it seems, Niall, you're coming from the UK, so probably you are a Liverpool fan. So really sorry that, yeah, that your team, that Liverpool lost. Actually, I must tell you, I'm also a bit sad because I was rooting for Liverpool because, well, it is a very similar team or a similar city as Dortmund, my town. And as you know, and as Liverpool fans know, Klopp, the coach, He has been in Dortmund before and we totally love that guy. So we are a bit sad. And also I would like to say thanks to Yassin for putting €5.49. Man, thank you so much, Yassin. And Yassin says, keep up the great content, man. I will. Thank you so much, Yassin. And now let me change the view now and let's start with the show. So now you should see what I see. And before I start, I would like to say thank you again so much to the Patreons. We are now an army of 56 people. It's growing every week. 56 people. Thank you so much for your support and for your for the overall money of $264. That is so incredible. Thank you so much. And yeah, only thanks to you, only thanks to the patrons, I can do what I'm doing here, giving you the best unbiased and honest reviews and keeping you up to date about everything VR and AR. So I'm getting closer to my first goal of $500. As you know, my goal is to get $3,000. Probably will take a while, but then I can live from YouTube and then I can keep on doing what I'm doing here. So again, I have to tell you guys, I'm living from my savings right now and I'm financing myself through you, through people who love this channel, so I can keep on doing unbiased reviews that are not bought by big companies, right? So if you love this channel, if you would like to support this kind of unbiased reporting, I'd be happy if you join. It will only set you back $3. And with this $3, you get a great, incredible behind the scenes look, because I'm uploading photos and pictures and videos to that Patreon channel, right? So you can really get the behind the scenes look. You can discuss with me. I'm thinking about doing a daily MRTV show. I'm giving you some inside videos like this is how I'm going to reach 100,000 subscribers videos, and lots of extra content. So if you love this show and if you want to make sure that this channel will keep doing what it's doing, then consider to become a Patreon. The link is in the description below. And if you do that during the show, you're going to get a big shout out. All right, good. That's it for this part. And now we can get to the news. All right, guys. So now I will open the live stream channel so I can see what you are saying here. So lots of things. Okay, good. Now, let's start with the first topic here. And the first topic is Rec Room getting Battle Royale style game mode in June. And this Battle Royale style game is incredible. It's called Rec Royale and you can play it now on this weekend, now and tomorrow. You can still play it completely free of charge, and once the game is coming out fully, in the beginning of June, you will be able to play it forever. As long as the company exists, of course. But I can tell you, Rec Royale is simply incredible. As you know, Rec Room is one of my personal favorite games ever in VR. For all of you who don't know Rec Room, you have to download it. It's available for all the PCVR headsets, but also for PSVR. And it's completely free of charge, which is still unbelievably awesome. So Rec Royale, now the new mode where you are on a map with 16 other players, and basically it's PUBG and Fortnite, but in the cool style of Rec Room. So if you have played paintball before, the incredible paintball in Rec Room, then you know how it goes. So everything is in this nice comic style, very fun and not so serious. Basically what Adam, one of our Patreons said, Admiral Akbar, he said like, what Fortnite is to PUBG is now Rec Royale to stand out. And I can totally agree to this, because this is simply fun and incredible. So let me show you 30 seconds of gameplay that I recorded before. I made another 30 minutes gameplay video, which you can check out later, not now because now you're watching this, but let me show you like 30 seconds of that game that I have uploaded to YouTube before. So let me just check this out. And here it is. Don't shoot! Don't shoot! Don't shoot! No! Bye-bye. Yes! Yeah! No! 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 And he's drinking my stuff! Yeah, so how do you like that? I hope you really have to see the whole gameplay. As you know, I'm not doing gameplay videos so often, right? But I really needed to show you that game because you have to try it on this weekend. And because after this weekend, you will not be able to play it anymore. You will have to wait until, I think, 6th of June until it's going to come out completely. But now this is only like an alpha weekend where they open it up to the public to see if everything works as expected. Then they're going to shut it down end of Sunday, so to get feedback and to to make it perfect, and then it's going to come out later again. Yeah, so this is simply incredible. What do you think of the game? What do you think of the gameplay that I just showed you? Please do let me know in the live stream channel. And have you played the game? What do you think of the game? Are you as excited about the game as I am? Please do let me know. I would love to know. I would love to know about your opinion about this. So, as you know, I'm simply in love with Rec Room. It's simply so great what you can do there, and the best social game in my opinion. It's the game that I'm always coming back to if I would like to, hang out with some friends, hang out with you guys from the MRTV Discord server and simply have some fun. But now with Rec Royale, it's even better. So after a while, like the paintball game, even though it is pretty fantastic, it was not getting old, but you were not so inclined to play more than 3-4 games, right? But here with this Rec Royale, I played it and I simply couldn't stop to play. I was always thinking like, okay, you know what? Let me try one more time. Let me try one more time. And as you can tell, I had so much fun doing so. So let me read out what you guys think about Rec Royale. So Timojin says, PSVR having problems with movement, really? Yunshimi says, only thing I don't like about Rec Royale is the screaming children in the lobby. Yeah, that's true. Exactly, it's full of children, that's true. And then he Yunshimi says, but then you get to kill them, so it works out in the end. You're right, exactly. And I wish you could auto-mute the underage players. Right. Johnny Mental, just joking, Sebastian. You're incredible. Oh, I didn't even read what you were saying before. I will reread the chat later. Okay. Okay. So ZK Nightlight says, Sebastian, I'm not into Battle Royale, but Rec Room seems really worth it. It was fun to watch you in that video. Probably even more than Ninja. Yeah, I was saying in that gameplay video, as you know, I seldom do gameplay videos. I was saying, you know, here is the new Ninja on Twitch, because Ninja is one of those streamers. I think he's streaming Fortnite or so, and he's like making like $100,000s of dollars with playing Fortnite. And you know what? Here, the new Ninja. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. And I would like to say thank you so much to Adam. Adam, thank you. Thank you, man, for your contribution. And Adam says, looks awesome. Do more videos of this. Yeah, I know that you want to have more gameplay videos, right, Adam? I know. And I'm this German analytical engineer, so I'm perfect. You know, I'm really perfect for hardware reviews. You know, so I'm seldom doing. I love to play, and yeah, it was fun to do the gameplay. But I always thought, like, you know, there's some other people who are so funny when they play, like SweViver. I love SweViver's gameplays. So I'm not sure if I'm so entertaining for the gameplay videos. But if you really want to see more gameplay videos, and if you all thumbs up on my Royale gameplay video, and if you comment on it, and if you say like, hey Sebastian, you're not so unfunny in gameplays, then, yes, then I am going to do more gameplay videos as well. And I would also like to say thank you to Ino Avan. Thank you, Ino Avan, so much for your contribution. Thanks to you guys, this channel can thrive. And thanks to you guys, yeah, I can keep up doing this, giving you the news and enjoying the Saturday night with you here on MRTV Live, episode number 19. So thank you so much for all the contributions so far. Adam, Ino Avan, thank you so much. All right, yes, so let me go back to what you're writing here. Okay, ZK Nightlight says, I'm not into battle royales, but Royale seems... Oh yeah, I was just reading that, yeah, exactly. Brutalness, Sebastian, the kids put me off. Yeah, but you get to kill them, which is pretty incredible. So, yes. Okay. And Adam says, Admiral Akbar, I'm a hardcore PUBG player. Oh, really? And Royale looks amazing. Oh, you're going to love it when you play tomorrow. And Vulcanat says, Sebastian, better open a second channel to keep things organized. Yeah, probably I should do that gameplays just to Twitch. I don't know. I mean, since I'm the new ninja for Royale. What do you guys think? Should I better do that on Twitch or what? What do you think about this whole Twitch thing, by the way? Please let me know. And Edmar Akbar says, you don't have to be funny the whole time anyway. But the video was good. Okay, thank you. Thank you, man. I'm not always in the market for new hardware anyways. But Admiral Akbar, it came to my attention, if there's really awesome VR hardware that I'm showing you guys, and if I love it, then I have the feeling you kind of want to make a purchase sometimes. And ISS for the win says, Sebastian, what is SteamVR streaming on Vive Focus? Okay, I'm going to talk about this later, ISS for the win. You have to be a bit, yeah, patient. Proud dog. I like it when you told the kid to jump. Yeah, exactly. Proud dog. I still need your address because I still need to send you something, right? And Brutalness says Twitch is the way to go. Okay, yes. Yes, on Twitch. Okay, okay, guys. Okay, I see what you're doing here. Okay. Johnny Mantle, okay, more money, more problems. All right, okay, guys. Then I will also do more on Twitch now. I was thinking before to do that, but probably I can do some Royale sessions there, yeah, and become Ninja 2. Okay, so Royale is amazing, is simply amazing, and you guys need to play it. Let's get back to the news. So, and also, probably I should have some adult beverage. Cheers, guys. Yeah, I should totally stream Royale, right? Great. Okay. Now let's get to the tough topics. So Royale was, you know, I seldom start with software news, right? Normally I have the hardware news and then in the end I have the software news. But you know what? This time I had the software news first because it is simply so fun, this game. All right. The next topic here on MRTV Live episode number 19 is VR headphone company Ossic shuts down after raising millions. Oh yeah, so this is really a sad story, a sad Kickstarter story. So Ossic, what is Ossic? Ossic is a company that wanted to produce the most awesome VR headphones. What are VR headphones? VR headphones are headphones that have this kind of 3D audio experience where you exactly hear from which direction the opponents come in Royale and so on and so forth. And they had a very successful Kickstarter. They have earned like $2.7 million on Kickstarter, and then they got some angel money, like another 500,000. And the Ossic headphones were tested by Upload VR, the first version, and they loved it. They totally loved it. And now, unfortunately, they told the public that they did not achieve to get the next funding round from investors, and they needed that funding round in order to go into mass production. Wow. So this is so sad news for all the people who have backed Ossic, because the headphones were like $199 in the Kickstarter, but that is like half the price of the retail. The retail was around $400. So if you went into the Kickstarter, you could get them for $199, and lots of people did it. So it were like 22,000 people ordered the Ossic. And you know what? They are not going to get any refunds, which is a bummer. So you have supported Ossic with $199, and now the company tells you, you know what? I'm sorry, you're not getting anything. You're not getting the Ossic, and you're not getting a refund. Ouch. This is really a sad Kickstarter story. And unfortunately, from time to time, this happens on Kickstarter, because the thing is, you're not buying the product. You are not buying the product. So again, for all of you who are watching this, Kickstarter is a great platform, the same as Indiegogo. I'm a big fan of those crowdfunding platforms, but you must be really sure that you're just supporting the project with that money. And in the best case, you get the product, but in the worst case, it happens here like with the VR headphone company Ossic that has to shut down after raising millions. Ouch. So the thing is, no, they shouldn't. Admiral Akbar says they should get refunded. Yeah, they should, but they don't need to. That's the thing about Kickstarter, Admiral Akbar. You are not buying a product. So they have probably used that money already for making the prototypes and so on and so forth. But you are not entitled to get a refund. So for some Kickstarter campaigns that for some reasons didn't finish, because I don't know what happened, if the company still has money, all right, then they can probably refund. But if that's not the case, and if the money is already spent on something, then your money is gone, and you don't have any chance to get the money back, because in the terms and conditions it says you are not buying a product, you are supporting a company, and this can fail. Yeah. Okay, so no, they will not be getting a refund. Yeah, so this is a failed investment. Exactly, Yonshimi, exactly. And what do you guys say? Brutalness says, and this is why I do not do Kickstarter. But that's probably also why you're not going to have a Pimax. Brutalness. Sevilla says, they took the money and ran away. Yeah, 2.7 million, not bad, right? But it seems like they spend it all. Yes, Allho says they got prototypes and some units made, but couldn't get funding for mass production. That's exactly the thing. Exactly, you cannot refund from no money, although, exactly. Also, Admiral Akbar says, this is why I've never backed a Kickstarter to this day. I will pay for a finished product, not a promise. Then also, you will have to wait until the Pimax goes into mass production, or once it's a consumer product. and probably you'll have to wait half a year longer. And in this whole year, if the device is awesome, you will have to watch me using that device. Adam. And Olho has kickstarted a ton of neat things, but never expected to get anything from it. Yeah, that's a really great way of thinking about it. And Yunchimi says, I've been the victim of a rather expensive Kickstarter failure, which is why I didn't back Pimax. Okay, so Yunchimi, what did you back, for example? Can you tell us a bit more? Okay, Brutalness says, I can wait for it to come out and don't have cash to burn. Alright. If I were a backer, I'd want to see their expense posted in full on the Kickstarter page. You're right, Johnny. I would be pretty pissed right now because $200, well, it is $200, right? So without a doubt, I would also want to see everything. Absolutely. So, and Admiral says, I like the Pebble smartwatch, which started as a Kickstarter but wasn't a backer. That's okay. Let the other people risk their dollars. Okay. And Push Limit says, hope the Pimax isn't going the same way. Hope so too. Yes, I really hope so too. So, one moment, I have to set something up here before we get to the next topic. And I have to how is the stream, by the way? Is it like fluid? Is it good? Can you watch the stream in a good way? Or is it choppy? Please let me know. All right, good. So, yeah, so that is Ossic. Unfortunately, that is one of the Kickstarters that didn't really go so well. I mean, not at all. And Pimax is a totally different story. So why is Pimax a different story? Well, of course, they got this the most successful Kickstarter campaign ever for VR. Even more successful than the original Oculus Rift, which is pretty incredible. And you know what? They got a big round of funding, like $15 million. So they're totally fine. You don't have to worry. All the Kickstarter backers, without a doubt, are going to get their Pimaxes. And but first, those 10 M1 testers are going to get their devices, and hopefully that's going to be rather soon. We have the 26th of May already, and Pimax has said that until the end of this month, which is very, very soon, they're going to send out the Pimax M1, right? But we haven't heard anything. So hopefully they're going to do it. Hopefully we're going to hear from that really, really soon. So push the limits. I really don't think that this is going to be a problem here with the Pimax. Really, no. I look bigger today? What do you mean? Text for press. As in like I gain weight or what? Probably because of my birthday though. Okay, so push the limits. You're a backer of the Pimax, right? I'm covering more of the screen. Oh yeah, you're right. Good, thank you for letting me know. Because I forgot to do this here. Oh wow, thank you, man, thank you. I forgot to do this here. Oh man, Tex, what would I do without you, man? What would I do without you, Tex? So now I'm slim again, yeah? No, that wasn't on purpose, I forgot it. Okay. Alright, so now we can go to the next topic, thanks to Text for Press. Alright, so this is the Ossic. Unfortunately, they had to shut down. Okay. All right, and the next topic. The next topic is the Google VR AR boss, Clay Bavor or Bever, I don't exactly know how to pronounce his name, confirms commitment. We are making investments for the long term. Okay, guys, so probably you have watched my review of the Lenovo Mirage Solo, right? It's my longest review yet, like 40 minutes. I was talking about it and I was comparing it with the Oculus Go. And as you have seen in the review, actually, this is really nice hardware. It's a very cool device with 6 degrees of freedom. It is comfortable. It is really nice hardware. I mean, if we don't think about this sad thing here, which is the controller, but in general, this is a great headset with a very nice display and with a great capability of 6 degrees of freedom movement. But I also told you in the end of the review, actually I made a message. How to say that? Made a message? No, right? I said a message, or teach me English, please. So I said something. I said something to Google, and actually it was actually directly directed to Clay, the boss of Google AR VR. And I said, like, guys, you really have to step up your game. You have to get much better because you're losing. The Daydream platform is losing. It's going down. All the developers and people like me, I was a content creator full time for Daydream on Daydream District, right? But, well, I had to jump ship. Well, I'm still going to continue with Daydream District, but I had to start with MRTV, and I'm so happy that I started with MRTV, talking about all the VR things, because the Daydream platform was simply going down. There's no real, you couldn't feel any support from Google. And this really good software, it was launched like a couple of days before the big Google I/O conference, right? And there was not even one single mention of this headset. It's totally unbelievable. And what I told in the review, I said, why would you launch this great headset without even one game that was made for 6 degrees of freedom in mind? And in that review I said, like, why didn't you buy the tower to show off what you can do? This kind of obstacle race, right? Nothing. There's nothing. Only 3 degrees of freedom experiences where they shoehorn 6 degrees of freedom on top of it. So this is really unbelievable for me. And yeah, so now this news item is about the following. Let me read that out to you. All right. So the Mirage Solo standalone headset powered by Google's WorldSense tracking technology launched just days before the Google I/O developer conference, and yet a long keynote event came and went without mention of VR. The $400 headset from Lenovo is the first Daydream standalone, but despite Google using that word to describe Mirage Solo, no manufacturers have publicly committed to building a second one. Exactly. The hardware is a big step up technically compared with Oculus Go, it's true. And it can run the entire Google Play catalog. Exactly, that's what I told you too, right? You can play all apps, all Android apps on this thing. You can play all videos in that thing. It's actually pretty awesome. You can play Steam games using the Steam Link app. Actually, this is really good. But Lenovo Mirage Solo is unlikely to convince the masses that VR is a must-buy. With no new information about either internal products like Daydream View or partner products like Mirage Solo, it makes sense that some developers and early adapters might be wondering if Google is still committed to VR. And you know what? Like half a year ago, I wrote an open letter to Google, and I told them exactly that when the Oculus Go was announced. I told them, guys, you must offer this here for under $300 or this is going to be dead on arrival. And now they have it for $400 and there's no support, no game support whatsoever. Google is dropping the ball on this. It's unbelievable. So Clay, if you watch this, again, What's the matter? Why do you let Daydream die like you let it die? It is inconceivable. It is truly inconceivable for me. So, and now let me keep on reading this. We haven't confirmed anything else in the making, said Google's head of VR and AR, Clay Bavor, in an interview with Google I/O. I am emphatic believer in the long-term promise of VR, AR, and all things, as I call them, immersive computing. It is very clearly to me and us more broadly at Google part of the next phase of computing. Computing that makes use of our environment, that vastly increases the richness of input and output. That's going to be important. That's going to be a big deal, and we are making investments for the long term. Okay, so Google is making investments for the long term. Great. Great. Over the last decade, Google has partnered with other companies to enable a variety of initiatives centered around its Android operating system. In recent years, though, Google started to launch its own products while bringing more work in-house. For example, the tech giant recently acquired teams from HTC that worked on its Pixel phone and was VR overlooked at I/O because Google is shifting focus to developing VR and AR products internally. Okay, now the last sentence. We think VR and AR are going to be a big space, Baver said. That's room, and there's roles for both Google devices and also for working with partners. So the thing is, again, this interview, you simply, if you are a developer or if you are a content creator like me, you simply don't get any confidence from that, right? You won't feel any confidence to develop for Daydream, because it feels like, yeah, they are like committed to the long run, yeah, but you know what? Actually, developers and people like me, we can't think in like 10 years, like periods, right? We need to have it out now. We need to have some push now on Daydream, right? So if I would be a game developer, of course, I would develop my stuff for the Oculus Go or for SteamVR instead of Daydream. Why would I support Daydream? I cannot feel any kind of momentum for Daydream. Nothing, really nothing. And if I read this interview with Clay, it feels like, yeah, they are committed on it for the long term. Yeah, they're thinking more into the future. But, well, I need the next couple of years for my business. So, as much as I think those guys are really smart guys, I simply think that they lack this kind of business knowledge. Like Oculus has it, like Mark Zuckerberg has it, where they say, you know what? I bring 1 billion people into VR. I'm bringing out a VR headset for $199 so everyone can afford it. And yeah, just like this, you're solving the chicken and egg problem, right? Because now there's going to be so many people who have the Oculus Go, and then there will be developers who develop for it. So it doesn't make sense what Clay is saying here. Like, yeah, they invest into the long-term future. That is not good enough, Clay. That is not good enough. You have to be much more aggressive, and there's not even one 6 Degrees of Freedom game for this. I think that's a big failure on your side. Let me be super honest here. Okay, what do you guys think about it? Do you agree with me that the Daydream platform is dying thanks to the little commitment that Google shows? Please do let me know in the live stream on the MRTV Discord server. And yeah, if you would like to chat with me, please go to the MRTV Discord server and yeah, chat with me there. I'm going to read all your messages. Of course, if you love this channel, I'd be really happy, of course, if you would put something into this wonderful beer glass here by sending me a super chat and support the channel and make sure that it can keep going on and that I can keep on bringing you these live shows. So, what do you guys think about Daydream? Please let me know in the live stream channel. Redder says, I never thought it was alive. Actually, Redder, you know what? it is a pretty neat platform, really. There's lots of potential if they would push it the right way. So Allhost says, I think any standalone 6 degrees of freedom HMD needs a playing experience. Those don't even need 6 degrees of freedom controllers. You're right. Oh, you're so right. Exactly. You can make a fantastic playing experience with this. Unbelievable. Fugazi says, the Mirage Solo embodies the dysfunction of the Daydream platform overall. Missing content and that controller. Fugazi, I mean, you know I totally agree with you, right? So this is exactly the same controller that they put there 2 years ago in the first Daydream view. It is inconceivable for me, really, really inconceivable. It doesn't have a trigger. It is simply sad. It's a really unbelievable that they do it like this. So Sevilla says, I don't think Daydream is the future. No, not with this management. I'm sorry to say that so clearly, but it really feels like the Google VR and AR team, it's like a bunch of awesome scientists who are running a university department. Like, yeah, doing some incredible research and sometimes publishing a paper like the Mirage Solo and see what happens. And yeah, if not, then going to write the next university paper. But it's not like they are not good enough for really being in competition with somebody like Mark Zuckerberg. I mean, Mark Zuckerberg, he's like kicking their asses. He's like destroying them. It is unbelievable. So, wait a few months and Daydream on Pixel gets 6 degrees of freedom without 2 cameras. Yeah, they can actually do that, right? I mean, I also have the Pixel, but I don't think it's gonna happen. So Yun Shimi says, Daydream could have been ideal mobile VR platform if they didn't keep it so close and limited. I've never owned a device that could access Daydream. Yeah. So Yun Shimi, you didn't buy the Mirage Solo now, right? Did you? You wanted to, right? But then you didn't. They're coming from Nokia? Yo. Okay, Yun Shimi, they should have just made it compatible with every device running Android and or higher. Yes. Eliasol, show us the headset with the earphones. I mean, you have seen that already, right? In my review, right? But you want to see it again, right? Okay. Let me show you again the Lenovo Mirage Solo, how you need to play it and how you look. So this doesn't have any headphones, right? So this is the headset that comes with the device. And now I'm going to show you how you look like when you're playing with the Lenovo Mirage Solo. So isn't that awesome? I mean, that's pretty incredible, right? This is how you look with the Lenovo Mirage Solo when you play. So, I mean, this must be the worst thing ever. Yeah, you already look funny. You already look funny when you play VR, right? But this is unbelievable. Yeah. So Yun Shimi, so you did order it, but it didn't happen in the end, yeah? Okay. Okay. Smart design, exactly. Fugazi, Captain Awesome, exactly. After upgrading to Samsung Odyssey, I realized how much having earbuds and worries dangling sucks. Exactly, Admiral Akbar. Totally agreed. Yes, and Vulcanat owns a Nexus 5X and it works with Daydream. Yeah, okay, alright. Yeah, so Google has to change. You know what? I'm thinking about writing a second open letter to Clay, because I know he's super smart and he read my first open letter and he actually got in contact with me through private message and he thanked me for writing that letter, and he told me he read it twice. Yeah, but it seems it didn't help to steer the Daydream into the right platform, into the right direction. Yeah, exactly, Admiral Bar. Mirage Solo looks nice. If it was $200 cheaper, let me tell you, if it was $100 cheaper, I would probably recommend it. And better if it was $150 cheaper, then it would be incredible, right? But if they can bring the price down to $299, I would already be happy. Yes, exactly, Admiral. I was chatting with Clay. That is pretty cool, right? But yeah, nothing happened. All right, okay. So now, why don't we go to the next topic? We already have 50 minutes. How did that happen? 50 minutes. Wow. That's pretty cool. Okay. And make a controller with a trigger. I'm going to write that into the second version, into Google Open Letter number 2. Now, the next topic is, now we're talking about the Oculus Go. Yeah, because they're pushing it. So also one more thing that is completely missing in the Lenovo Mirage Solo is somehow the social VR aspect baked into it. So Daydream has nothing social. Whereas Oculus, they try so hard to make this a social device. You know, normally VR, you think like, oh damn, you're all by yourself in that funny headset, and well, that is true most of the time. But with the Oculus Go, for $199, you get a very nice headset, and the social experience is baked into the operating system. So, as you know, with Oculus, you have these Oculus rooms, and in the Oculus rooms, you can first of all, you can make a room how you want it. You can decorate it. You can put your own pictures on here on the walls, and you can have the floor look like however you want to have it. And you can invite your other Oculus friends to come over to your room, and then you can play games together. You can watch TV together. You can listen to music, or you can just chat with them if you want. It is really, really incredible. So, with Oculus, you have that social experience baked into the thing, right? And that is truly fantastic. And so this news is about new games that you can play in these Oculus rooms. Before, there already had been some games like this memory game. You know, this game where you have to memorize the colors that come up. I don't know if this has a name or what, but you could play this before. But very soon you can also play like Monopoly or another Hasbro classic tabletop games. And this news is about that another classic game launches in the Oculus rooms, and this is called Boggle. I personally have not tried Boggle. Has any of you tried Boggle? I think it's this game here. What happens if I click here? It's Boggle time. We've teamed up with Hasbro to bring some beloved tabletop games to Oculus rooms. So this is how it looks like, okay. So I personally haven't played that game, but it looks like fun. Okay, so it's some word game, okay. Route. Oh nice, okay, yeah, that looks like fun actually, to play this with 3 other buddies. And yeah, so you can play this Boggle game now in VR with some other people. And you know, Oculus, they are simply pushing it. They are simply aggressive, and I love that about Oculus. And you know what? Yesterday I was on a one-day trip. Yeah, my wife, her birthday present was like a very nice stay over at a very nice hotel here in Dortmund, and we did that yesterday. And you know what I brought with me? I didn't bring the Lenovo Mirage Solo. No, I brought the Oculus Go, simply because it's more portable. So without a doubt, this is good. Yeah, guys and girls. So what do you have to say about all this? about the Oculus Go and the Lenovo Mirage Solo. And Thornton says VR chat client on the Go would be huge. Oh yes, that would be really cool. Probably they're working on it. And Push the Limit says, can you run Google Earth on the Mirage Solo? No, you cannot, but well, you not in VR. You can play the Android app if you want, but that's not VR, right? So that's only 2D. But you can run Street View, and Street View in VR is pretty cool because, well, you can go to any place on this planet that has Street View and see everything in beautiful 360 degrees. So that is pretty awesome. And Hemi is outdoors. Great. Greetings to Hemi. And thank you, Hemi, for being an enthusiast Patreon. So, and Admiral Akbar says social games in VR are good. Yeah, truly, right? It is truly awesome, especially Rec Room, of course, and now Rec Royale. Oh my goodness. Oh, hey, Simon. Oh, yes. Cool. That looks cool. Nice. Google Earth VR is nice. Exactly, Elias Souls. Totally agreed. Good. Yeah, so Oculus is pushing that. It is amazing, and I'm becoming an Oculus fan here, really. Okay, let's go to the next topic. And the next topic is, alright, Vive X Accelerator launches European signups for VR startups. So, for all of you who don't know yet what an accelerator is a place where startups can go to, and normally there are only limited spaces, so probably an accelerator accepts, I don't know, 10 companies, and then this accelerator is going to help those startups, well, to accelerate, right? That could be with funds, right? Like probably they will get some funding, or they can get connections with mentors or industry. So getting accepted into an accelerator is a big thing for startups because they can really well accelerate and become really big. For example, TPcast, the company that is doing all these wireless adapters for Vive and Oculus, they have been in the Vive X Accelerator. So the Vive X Accelerator is an accelerator from HTC, and they are accelerating companies that want to work on VR. Well, it doesn't come as a surprise to us, right? So the news is that now Vive also has one of those accelerators in Europe, in London, which is of course very, very nice. And the news is that the sign up now starts for startups. So if you are a company that is in the VR space, then now until, let me check it out, until June 30th, you can apply to be a part of Vive X, the accelerator in London. So if you are a VR or AR startup in Europe, then without a doubt, now is the best time to apply for the Vive X Accelerator. And directly out of my mind, I can think of one really nice startup that could probably do that. And I'm talking about you, ProTube VR. As you know, ProTube, they are doing these really rad VR rifles, and they are located in France. And they could really blow up because they are making these incredible, the rifle adapters, which work incredibly awesome. And for them, it's not so easy to expand and to get bigger. But I think if they would get into Vive X, that would be very, very awesome. So if you, ProTube VR, are watching this live stream right now, or if you're watching that later in France, then you should consider to apply for the Vive X Accelerator in London. Or you know what? Probably I should apply for it. MRTV, what do you think? Do you think they would take me, or probably are they still a bit pissed that I constantly talk about my Vive died from sweat? Do you think they would take me? Say yes if you think they would take me, and say no if you think they would never ever take me in to the Vive X Accelerator. And Sonny says, tell something about your HTC Vive Pro. Well, other than the fact that it's an overpriced piece of... Naja, I better not say that. And Sevilla says, I bet HTC loves you. I think so. Admiral Boss says, they would never take you. Never ever. And Admiral Boss says, they have your face on a dartboard in their break room. Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah, that's funny. That is so funny. Good. All right, guys, why don't we go to the next topic? So, yeah, okay, this was really just about the Vive X Accelerator. Now starting with signups. Again, if you are a company in the VR space and if you are in Europe, no, actually, if you are from anywhere in the world, then you can sign up to the Vive X Accelerator, which is going to start in London. And Mo Fun VR is here. Hey! Hi Mo, good to see you here. Greetings from Dortmund. Let's go to the next topic now. And the next topic is nothing. Here it is. Gameface launches pre-orders for $599 standalone VR dev kit that supports SteamVR. So, a new standalone headset is upon us, and it's called Gameface. So, this is a new standalone headset, and the special thing about this headset is that, well, it comes with lighthouses. It comes with lighthouses that you have to put somewhere in your room, and then it has 6 degrees of freedom tracking for your head. But not only that, it also comes with a 6 degrees of freedom controller. So this is a standalone device that comes with lighthouses, with 6 degrees of freedom tracking for the headset, and also with 6 degrees of freedom controller. Now the interesting thing is, it's a standalone headset that does not need a computer, that does not need a phone, and this headset can be tethered to a computer and actually can play back SteamVR software. So that is the big news here. The Gameface HMD can play back SteamVR games. Interesting, right? So you can get a $599 standalone headset that can do SteamVR games. However, the big question is, hey, it only has one controller, and one controller is not really enough for the SteamVR games, which, as we all know, needs two controllers. So that is kind of for me it's kind of questionable if this thing is going to take off, because it only has 6 degrees of freedom controller. And Admiral Akbar asked, why does this exist? Yeah, that is a very good question. And Text for Press says, maybe they went for the Vive's first Accelerator X. That might be. Sevilla says a bit pricey. And Mo just came out of a trip where I had internet for 5 days. Oh my goodness. That sounds crazy. But actually I know where you went. You went to the beautiful island of Rügen and you helped your father with laying the laminate. Is that right, Mo? Yes, I watched your latest video. Okay. Yeah, so Yeah, so let me read a bit from this. Let me read this here. Running on Android, the headset can access experiences made for other smartphone powered headsets like Google Cardboard, though Gameface is also supporting another major platform, SteamVR. Users will be able to tether their headset to a PC to access SteamVR content with 6 degrees of freedom, lighthouse tracking via base stations included with the kit. According to the product listing, lighthouse tracking is also supported in standalone mode. Okay, so even if you are using that device for standalone stuff, actually, yeah, you will have 6 degrees of freedom tracking with lighthouses, which means you will have to bring those lighthouses wherever you go, or probably it's more stationary. I'm not sure, but anyways, it is only one controller, so honestly speaking, I'm not having big hopes here for the Gameface. What is your opinion about the Gameface? The developer kit comes with a 6 degrees of freedom track controller too. It's unclear how Gameface intends to let users navigate SteamVR experiences with just one controller. We reached out to the company for clarify. The kit can be pre-ordered for $599 and will start shipping to approved developers in the next few weeks. Yeah, so what are your opinions about the Gameface HMD? I must tell you that I don't have big hopes for this, because only one controller, and well, if I have to tether this to my computer to have SteamVR, it means, well, I have the tethered connection to my computer again, and then I can also buy an Oculus Rift, the Samsung Odyssey, and I will have a great experience with 2 controllers. So I'm sorry to say that, but for me at this moment in time, it sounds a bit dead on arrival. What do you guys think? Olho says you could play Beat Saber with the one saber mode. You're right. And Admiral Akbar says, are you tethering this wirelessly to a PC? I think it's tethered with a cable. You and Shimi, Lenovo Mirage and lighthouses and Vive wands. Yeah, that would be good. Push the Limit says Gameface is interesting for company development. Yeah, they've been around for quite some time. Colin Webb, Santa Cruz will stream PC games. Yes, Santa Cruz is going to be really, really interesting. Mo Fun says there are some SteamVR games just using keyboard and mouse or gamepad. Yes, of course, you're right. But I mean, I think you and me, we are kind of used now to these nice 2 controller setup, right? I mean, on the PSVR, sometimes there's something cool that I play with gamepad, right? Like Static. I really like that game, but most of the time we're using these 2 controllers. By the way, Sebastian, what's up with the weekly Rec Room event after the live stream? Is it still happening? Maybe Rec Royale today. Yeah, that might be a good idea. Yeah. Vulcanat. Probably you should consider to become a patron. Yeah, okay. Yeah, also Redder. DOA, I think so too. Yes, Proud Dog thinks so too. How much sweat will kill my new Vive? Yeah. Don't play too much Sprint Vector. Okay. All right. So, this is the Gameface launch. So, I do not have a great feeling about this. But you never know. Probably they're going to surprise me. I don't know. So, push limits. What is the FOV and the resolution on Gameface? I don't know. I don't know. The article doesn't say. Anyways, let's go to the next topic here. But Vulcanat, you know what? Yes. Let's play some Royale after this live stream. Yeah? So after this live stream, or let's meet up in Rec Room. Yeah, if you have not added me yet, do so now. My ID is MRTV. Just those 4 letters, and let's play some Royale. So if you haven't done so yet, you need to update your Rec Room now, so that you're ready for the game later, okay? All right. So the next topic, probably very interesting for you, Mo. I'm sure you have read it already. So Sony has confirmed that the PS5 will not arrive until at least 2021. So we will have to wait another 3 years for the PS5 to arrive, and it is most probably the same case with the PSVR, because I personally do not think that the PSVR 2 is going to launch just on the PS4 Pro. I think the PSVR 2 is going to launch on the PS5, right? So that means that the PSVR 2 is also very likely only going to arrive in 3 years. So that is kind of long. I mean, like, wow, 3 years is crazy. I think in 3 years the PSVR will look very, very dated. I mean, now it's still fine. They come up with these awesome games. It's fun. And Mo still is okay with the frontal tracking. But I think most of the other players have moved on to 360 degrees tracking. And I think in 3 years, wow, it's a long time, 3 years to wait for the PSVR 2. You know, I would have really hoped for the PSVR 2 to arrive in at least 2020. So 2 years, yeah, I can understand if the PSVR is still there for 2 years. But 3 years, wow. I mean, there's so many other stuff gonna come, and I think Sony has to be careful not to miss the huge wave of VR players that are coming in now, that are looking for the best stuff to play. And 3 years might be a bit long of a wait. What do you guys think? Is that too long, or do you think the PSVR can sustain itself for another 3 years with the hardware that we see now? Or do you think that Sony is going to update the PSVR before the PS5 arrives in 3 years? What do you think? Is the PSVR 2 coming on the PS4 Pro? What do you guys think? I would love to hear about your opinion. MoFun VR, maybe they bring a lot of high-end games to fill the gap. Yeah, they need to do that, right? They need to do that in order to stay relevant. Because even though the games are great, at one point this hardware will look old. Now, at this moment, it's still okay, but next year we're gonna have Pimax, we're going to have Santa Cruz, we're going to have, I don't know, probably a better Google headset which has this new high-end displays that I talked about last week, right? So I think 3 years might be a bit long. And Admiral Akbar says, for a console, they can't upgrade their hardware too quickly. They set a standard and let developers aim for that. Yeah, you're right, of course. But now we're moving very, very fast in the VR. And Eliasol says, of course, Xbox should just support Windows Mixed Reality. You're right. You are so right, Eliasol. And yeah, they need to have the Xbox One X support Windows Mixed Reality, and they have to come out with Halo for it, right? And they have to come out with something like PS Aim for Xbox, you know, I don't have any reason to buy the Xbox One X now. You know, today I went to the German electronics store and I saw like a really very good offer. Like the Xbox One S, 1 terabyte with 6 games, one of them like really good games like Destiny 2, PUBG, Halo 5, yeah, like really top games, and everything for 239 euros. And I was thinking like, oh shit, that is so good, probably I should just buy it, but then I didn't buy it. And yeah, for the Xbox One X, I have really no reason to buy it. So they need to step up their game with VR, right? Xbox. Anyways, we're talking about the PSVR 2 now, and Redder says too damn long. Totally agreed. I totally agree with you, Redder. I think that is really too long. And Admiral Akbar says they don't want the existing PSVR users to feel ripped off. But no, I don't think so, Admiral. You know, if they did it in 2 years, 2020, people would be happy. I'm telling you. Even if it came out next year, I don't think people would be angry. And Pretty Puppy says, I think PSVR 2 gets eye tracking. It can increase performance with foveated rendering. Yeah, in that case, probably they could run it on the PS4 Pro. So Pretty Puppy thinks they would probably do this for the PS4 Pro. Yun Shimi says, I think PSVR might get a 1.5 edition. Yeah, that might be. But if it has a higher resolution, it will be tough for the PS4 to run that, right? Yeah, you're right, Brutalness. Everything that runs on the PS4 Pro has to work on the PS4, yes. And Push Limit says, when we get the Pimax, everyone will piss on the PSVR. Well, we'll see about that. And Aviv Gamer says, can I get HTC Vive tag? Yes, you can do though. You can do so. Simply go to the Rank Yourself channel here on this Discord server, and you will find out how you can rank yourself. And Mo Fun says, can't imagine they doing some new VR for the actual PS4 range. Yeah, I don't think they can do it. And Proud Dog says, I don't think we will get PSVR 2 soon. No hardware reveals. Yeah, no. Mo Fun says, maybe they have something parallel. Maybe a mobile one. Till the PS5. Oh yeah, that would be cool. How would that look like if they had a mobile standalone PSVR? Wow, that is a super cool idea, Mo. That would be cool. So it would be, yeah, that would be cool. Just think about the possibilities. Oh, now I'm excited. What about they bring out some PSVR mobile? And it would be a standalone headset that has inside-out tracking, just like the Windows mixed reality headsets and here the Mirage Solo. And actually, because the PS4 hardware is so cheap, they put the PS4 hardware into that mobile device. And you can play all of the PS4 PSVR games on that mobile device. Wow. And you know what? Together with that, they bring some nice new controllers. Wow, this would be incredible. And you know what? I would buy it, and it would totally be able to compete with the Santa Cruz if they did it. Because you know the PS4 is already years old. That technology is now so cheap for them to put into a mobile chipset. Oh my goodness, Mo, if that happens, that would be so incredible. And they would launch it next year to as a competition to the Santa Cruz. That would be incredible. What do you guys think of this possibility? ZK Nightlight says, Sebastian, I think PSVR really needs improvements right now, especially if Xbox will get VR this year. If not, maybe Sony could stick with it, having already all those console VR markets. Yes. And Proud Dog says, more fun, they say a Vita type of device is not out of the question. Yeah, so probably this could happen. That would be truly, truly incredible. Okay. What do you guys think? Push limits. You have to write to Sony about it. You know what? I'm sure they're thinking about this. I mean, if Mo can think about it, I'm sure they can think about it too. They are smart guys. What else do you guys say? Yeah, anyway, so I think it's a bit late. So hopefully you're right, Mo. I really hope that there would be some mobile VR device from Sony as competition to the Santa Cruz, and it would already have all of the PSVR catalog. You know, it's just like the Switch. That would be so cool. That would be really, really cool, and people would buy it like crazy, right? And they're quite successful with their Vita. So yeah, that would be cool. And you guys are typing. Would love to see what you guys are thinking about this. Okay, I think we should go now to the next topic. If you have nothing more to say about the PSVR 2 probably coming out in 2021 only. Okay, but Sebastian, the fact that they will end the PS4 in 2021, I didn't mean we haven't PS5 parallel. Okay. But actually, if you read this article, let me read this article for you. Alright, Sony Corp again today reiterated that you shouldn't expect the next PlayStation console anytime soon. Yeah, so they said like, okay, don't expect the PS5 soon. Speaking to the Wall Street Journal a day after noting that the company's current console, the PS4, was reaching the end of its lifespan, Sony Interactive Entertainment CEO stated that it would be another 3 years before PlayStation made its next big move. So no, it means PS5 is coming 2021. All right, let's go to the next topic. And the next topic is nothing, unfortunately. Do I need to reload? I don't know what's the matter here with my computer. Let me reload this. Oh yeah, okay. We're talking about dreams. Media Molecules Dreams. And for all of you who don't know Media Molecule, this is the company that did Little Big Planet. And you know, Little Big Planet is one of the most awesome 2D platformers on the PlayStation systems. Why? Because, well, it's a great platformer by itself, but you could make your own games. You could make your own incredible 2D games with it, and then you could upload those games and other players could play them. It is simply awesome. You didn't need any kind of programming experience. You didn't have to learn Unity, everything in the game. So I personally am a big fan of Little Big Planet and all these kind of apps and games that let you become creative. And Media Molecule is definitely one of those companies which are incredibly awesome. Now, if you don't know yet what Dreams is the next project from Media Molecule. And this time they're going 3D. So this is what Little Big Planet was for 2D. Dreams is going to be the same in 3D. So you will be able not only to paint beautiful worlds, but you will also be able to make your own 3D games. And the most awesome thing is that you will be able to delve into VR, do that in VR, and let other people play your VR games in VR on the PSVR. So this is going to be a big thing for PSVR that is only going to happen on PSVR. So this is definitely one of those huge exclusive experiences or apps for the PSVR. And before I keep on talking about Dreams, I would love to show you the 2-minute trailer. And while we're watching the trailer, please do let me know what you guys think about Dreams. And here it is, the 2-minute trailer of Dreams.
Am I dreaming, or am I awake?
Francis, you think the Thornbeak's around here?
The old fears, they still haunt me.
Hold on, Lance! We're coming!
That I'm on a train to nowhere.
You are the driver, sir.
When I awake, will I face the worst parts of myself? I need to listen to that quiet voice calling me. That need to make something again. We'll make it. Me and you.
Yeah, so Dreams, this is coming in 2018, and I must tell you guys, I'm very, very excited about this, and definitely for this game, I'm going to check it out a lot, and I'm going to let you know how it goes, and probably I'm even going to make a little MRTV experience on it and let you delve into it. That would be fun, wouldn't it? So Dreams is coming. It's not dead, not at all. And the news that I'm going to tell you is that, well, before it was not sure if it would support VR. So what people thought is that the VR might be an add-on that would later be patched onto the game, but now this news item is about that the VR support is coming from day one. So let me read this out to you. Earlier this week, a report surfaced claiming that Dreams VR support will now be included from the game's as of yet undetermined release date and not patched in later as previously expected. We have to take that report with a pinch of salt, of course, but if true, it suggests that Media Molecule is fully aware of just how important Dreams could be for VR. Wow, a single game that is important for VR. Well, because then everybody with a PSVR could make VR games without having to know programming, without having to understand Unity, and that is really, really a big thing. So without a doubt, this could be fantastic. And Mo Fun VR says, could be the killer app for me. Yes, I know, because you are like very artistic and you can actually do graphics, right? I'm like, I have no idea about like arts, but I will still try, you know, because this really excites me as well, even as a developer. Yeah, nobody's filling the beer glass. Yeah, totally agreed. Look at this here. Look, it's so sad how few coins are in that. Push the limits. It's up to you now to put some things here if you want to see MRTV in the future. Yeah? What's going on here with that beer glass? Looks so sad, those few coins. All right, let me keep on reading here what you guys are reading. Nico. Okay, Nico says, this thing was like the best next-gen VR 3D modeling tool. I hope they put a export feature or a PC version. Yeah, that would be good. That would be really, really good. Yeah, looking at that little beer glass here. All right, guys. All right. So yeah, I'm very, very excited about Dreams VR coming out, and definitely I'm going to get it on day one. Hopefully even for free, that would be better. But if not, I'm also going to pay for it because that looks very, very nice. Nico says, okay, you meant data export. Okay, yeah, that would be incredible if you could make something and then export it and probably work on it on the computer or export it to some other. That would be fantastic. All right. So this is very nice. So now let's go to the next topic. And now we're going to talk about the Vive Focus. Wow, I don't know why today it takes very long here for my computer to load these pages. Here we go. So, the Vive Focus. This headset is going to come out in the Western world as well. So this is a standalone headset just like the Lenovo Mirage Solo. Also, it has 6 degrees of freedom, and also it only has one 3 degrees of freedom controller, but at least it has a trigger. But unfortunately, this is completely overpriced as we know it from Vive. So you can get the developer edition here in Europe for like 600 euros, which is incredibly expensive, and we don't even know what games for it are going to come out. Anyways, this is going to come out in the Western world. And yeah, it looks a bit ugly. What do you guys think? Anyways, so there has been a conference in China that HTC was giving, and they were talking about the Vive Focus, and actually there are quite some interesting things coming to the Vive Focus. And thank you for... Yeah, I didn't see it now, unfortunately. But we have a new subscriber, right, Jenny? I didn't see it, unfortunately. It was too quick. But every new subscriber is fantastic. Anyways, for the Vive Focus, we have some interesting news about it. And let me tell you what these news are. So, at a conference in China, HTC is teasing both hand tracking and 6 degrees of freedom controller tracking for the Vive Focus. Okay, both really good news. The Vive Ecosystem Conference in Shenzhen is HTC's China-focused event where the company is revealing its series of new features for the standalone Vive Focus. The demonstrations include light gesture recognition using the headset's outward-facing cameras. So just like the Lenovo Mirage Solo, it has 2 cameras in the front, and with these 2 cameras, it does the 6 degrees of freedom head tracking. But with these 2 cameras, it seems to also be able to recognize like hand gestures, like simple hand gestures like okay, going to the next thing, and these kind of things. And also now there's going to be 6 degrees of freedom controller tracking. So with these 2 cameras, they can also track this controller, and even though it's only a 3 degrees of freedom controller, they will be able to track it with 6 degrees of freedom accuracy, because those 2 cameras see this controller. And well, I think that is a step into the right direction, and this might be interesting, and I think it's cool that Vive would do that. And recently we had this is based on some research from Google, because we know that Google is only university department. And yeah, this kind of research came out of Google, and they were showing this off, that you can do 6 degrees of freedom tracking with these 2 cameras. But now Vive is taking that and actually going to bring it out, and which I think is pretty cool. But unfortunately it's only 1 controller. So yeah, if it had 2 controllers that can do that, that would be pretty awesome. But now I would like to say thank you, Derek Johnson. And Derek Johnson says $2 says they will neglect to ship to Europe. Yeah, probably, Derek. Probably they might neglect to ship to Europe. You mean like the Vive the Vive Focus this year? This funny looking device? We don't know yet, because we haven't really heard anything about the launch for the Western world. Yeah, I know that the Vive Focus is selling the developer kits in Europe, in Germany. So I think there's quite a good chance that they're going to bring that out here, that they're going to launch this here in Europe as well. Anyways, Derek, thank you so much for the $2, and thank you so much for supporting MRTV. Yeah, so we have a few more coins here now. No, here. Thanks to Derek. But it's still just like very little here, right? It's like, guys. All right, let's go to the next topic of today's MRTV Live episode number 19. And we're still talking about the Vive Focus, because they have come up with quite a few interesting updates to the Vive Focus. They're kind of making it more interesting before the launch in the Western world. So the next topic is that actually the Vive Focus can now stream PC VR games from Steam and Viveport. Yes, the Vive Focus can now stream SteamVR games from Steam and Viveport. That is kind of big news. So this means that with the Vive Focus you will be able to play SteamVR games. And how are you going to do that? Well, you're going to do that with software called RiftCat Ridge. RiftCat, they make software that allows like a Google Cardboard headsets with a mobile phone inside, or Gear VR headsets, to use SteamVR games. And now with this news, it seems like they work together with this company. So Vive worked together with the guys from RiftCat, which I think is awesome. I had already interviewed them in the Daydream times, and yeah, they seem to have made a nice partnership with Vive. So let me read that out to you. Today at Vive Ecosystem Conference in China, HTC announced that the Vive Focus standalone headset will be able to wirelessly stream PC VR content from both Steam and Viveport over a 5 GHz Wi-Fi connection. Alright, yeah, I think most of us have 5 GHz now. HTC says the Focus new streaming functionality comes thanks to an optimized version of the RiftCat VR Rig software, an Android application which provides similar PC VR streaming functionality to smartphone shell headsets. HTC says the version of the app that's been optimized for the Vive Focus specifically takes advantage of the headset's high resolution and refresh rate. The company advises that 5 GHz home Wi-Fi connection is required, which is fairly common among new wireless routers. Yeah, cool. Actually, I think that is kind of good news that you will be able to play SteamVR games, and it seems like everything is already integrated into the headset. It doesn't seem like you have to like hack everything into it. So I think this is really good news. But the question, of course, is what about that controller? Because you only have that the 3 degrees of freedom controller, right? So let me keep on reading. At the moment, it isn't entirely clear what kind of latency users can expect, or exactly how the controllers are likely to work. HTC is saying that the input from the Focus 3 degrees of freedom controller will be supported, and so will Xbox controllers and third-party controllers paired to the host PC. Though it isn't clear if that includes 6 degrees controllers like the Vive wands. Nor is it clear how well PC VR games will play with a Focus 3 degrees of freedom controller. At the conference, HTC teased the ability of 3 degrees of freedom controllers to work in a 6 degrees of freedom mode thanks to the headset's front-facing cameras. Yeah, so we will have to see how bad is the latency and of course the controller issue, because I don't believe that if you have one controller which is 3 degrees of freedom, this is going to be such a compelling experience. So what do you guys think about it? Admiral Bath says it seems like VR is more popular in China. Yeah, it seems so, right? They seem to come up with quite some interesting stuff. And Yun Shimi said, yes, they built an entire theme park around VR. Exactly. And arcade culture is massive in China. Totally agreed. Text for Press thinks it seems that it won't work. Yes. So Thornton says, I'm a bit doubtful about the latency on a 5 GHz. I agree. TPcast and the Vive wireless will use WiGig. Exactly. So Nico says, I'm using Nolo VR with RiftCat and it works quite nice. It also works with Revive to run Oculus apps inside the Vive menu. That's nice. So Nico, are you using the wireless mode or are you like tethered with a cable? And please tell us about the latency of your solution. And Push the Limits, are they going to send you the Focus for a sweat test? Yeah, that is a very good question. You know what? Vive, HTC, if you're watching this live stream, please do send me one over of that Vive Focus, because 600 euro is too expensive for me to buy. Yeah, exactly. That would be good if they would send me one over, because you know I would totally love to check how about that RiftCat Ridge. How well does it work? And would love to check it out, really. And Push the Limit says, I think this headset looks to be hot inside. Yeah, probably it will be. I don't know. No idea. No idea. I would love to check it out. We would really love to check it out, but 600 euros is too expensive for me, guys. Probably if they send me one. But probably they don't like me. But probably they like me again. Probably they forgot about it. Anyways, let's go to the next topic. And the next topic also is a Vive Focus. So HTC and Seagate to produce an external battery and storage solution for the Vive Focus. So look at this. There's going to be this blue box that you can use together with your Vive Focus. If you think your Vive Focus blue thing is not ugly enough already, you can soon buy the external battery pack, which looks like this. And it is not only a battery pack, it is also a storage solution. So if you think that your Vive Focus is not powerful enough, if it does not have enough storage space, then now you will be able to buy that blue beautiful box, which will give you like lots of extra storage and will give you double the playtime. So yeah, Texor Press says, oh my god, I'm going to need to buy that for my new Vive Focus. for my new Vive Focus. Exactly. So let me read that. It's so funny. Right? HTC and Seagate have partnered to produce an external power and data storage accessory for the Vive Focus, ideal for people using the headset for local media consumption. Dubbed the Seagate VR Power Drive, the external battery storage device is said to be optimized to plug and play with the Vive Focus and will bring users thousands of hours of video or music while nearly doubling the battery life of the Vive Focus. So you'll have double the battery life and you will going to have, yes, some storage. While HTC hasn't mentioned any definite specs on Seagate's VR Power Drive, an image taken during the Vive Ecosystem Conference where VR Power Drive was announced suggests the device will contain 1 terabyte storage with 5000 mAh battery. All right. Yeah, so you can buy a 5000 mAh battery for $8 on Amazon, a battery pack. I just looked at it today because I thought to buy one for my Oculus Go. So that cost me like €8. So that thing probably is going to cost you $300. Oh no, I don't know. I don't know about the price. And I think they didn't say anything about it. Let's see if they say something about the price. No. So we don't know yet about the price. And what do you guys think about this device? If you had the Vive Focus or anything else, would you buy such a thing? So Nico answered to my question from before. It works on cable, but RiftCat 2 works on wireless without lag. Really? Wow. Need to try that on the Oculus Go. We have some lag though, but it runs on low spec PC and GPU as low as GTX 1050 Ti. Okay. Yeah. Nolo VR also has a wireless Gear VR mode. Nolo and VR also had a wireless Gear VR mode, which people and Nolo devs are now trying to combine with Oculus Go. Yeah, that would be good. And Proud Dog says, reminds me of my Game Gear battery pack to play. Yes, Proud Dog, I had exactly the same Game Gear battery pack and it was awesome. It was so incredible. I loved it. I love that device. Oh my goodness. Okay. Yeah, so lots of Vive news coming out of this Shenzhen conference. All right. So, yeah, I'm definitely not going to buy it. So, I mean, the battery pack. So for the Vive Focus, I'm really wondering, it sounds more compelling now that you can also play Steam games. The question is just, how good is it going to be? And is there going to be any lag or what? So that would definitely be interesting to find out. And Yun Chimi says, can we talk about the fact that Oculus is sponsoring the PC gaming show at E3 this year? I haven't looked into E3, but it's going to happen soon, yeah? And then we're going to have lots of things to talk about. Anyways, let's go to the next topic now. I think the last two topics now, before MRTV Live episode 19 is going to come to a close. Yeah, Text for Press says, what games can you really play with one shitty controller? That's a good question. So, okay, that's a a very short software news, and I hope it's gonna come soon. Here, so VRFC, the football game in VR, becomes Football Nation VR. So they're going to rebrand their game, which is very interesting, right? And you haven't seen that very often. And they do that in time for Russia World Cup. So VRFC, for all of you who don't know, is a VR football game. And you know what? Actually, it is really, really lots of fun. In the beginning, I didn't like it because in the very beginning, their steering was wrong and didn't work well. But they have changed it, and now it's very, very nice. And now they are rebranding the game as Football Nation VR in time for the World Cup. And actually, they are introducing some awesome new features. First of all, it looks more like football now. Like you play in big stadiums, like you can see here in the background. Before, you were not playing in a big stadium, and now you can choose from different teams, from the national teams, which is also good. And before, you could play, I think 4 versus 4 was the maximum. But now you can play 8 versus 8. Which is really cool. So you can play a 16-player match of football in Football Nation VR. And again, VRFC is a really fun game. Unfortunately, it didn't work for the Windows Mixed Reality headset because of a known bug of the engine that runs VRFC. And I don't know if they have fixed that problem for the update to be called Football Nation. And yeah, hopefully they are going to address that bug so that Windows Mixed Reality users can also play it. But anyways, VRFC rebrands itself to Football Nation VR. And let me read some of it. So it's a free update for existing users. That's good. On PSVR, Rift, and Vive. That's good. So for me, it's a free upgrade, and I'm definitely going to have a look at Football Nation VR. And teams are bigger now, up to 8 human players can join 16-person matches. Okay, so it's actually 8 people who can play, not 16, but 18 is okay. You can pick from 36 international VR nations, okay. And definitely this is like one game that I want to play with you guys. It's really, really fun, and probably we can play it together one time. And nice, Edmar Akbar, nice. This is me as a kid in my 90s, in the 90s. Yeah, this is probably exactly how I also looked like, because also I had the Game Gear, the Sega Game Gear, loved it. All right, let's go to, I think, the last topic for today's MRTV Live episode number 19. And it is Nolo VR completes a 10 million Series A financing led by Blue Run Ventures. All right, guys. So I haven't talked about Nolo VR on this channel ever, I think. Everything was on Daydream District. So Nolo VR is a company who sells a 6 degrees of freedom tracking system for cardboard headsets. So if you have a nice mobile phone, and if you have like a cardboard headset with this set, the Nolo CV1, actually you could build your own front-facing 6 degrees of freedom tracking system for cardboard headset, and actually it worked really nice. And they would even give you that 2 6 degrees of freedom controllers that also worked nice. And you know what? I have it here. This is the Nolo. This is the Nolo VR system. And you know what I'm going to do with it? Here. These are the controllers. these are the controllers, two 60 degrees of freedom controllers, and this here, let me show it to you. This thing here, you have to put it onto your cardboard headset. And actually, this is also set to work with the Oculus Go. So what I can do now, I can put this on the Oculus Go, and I'm going to have a 6 degrees of freedom Oculus Go with which I can play SteamVR games with two controllers. Isn't that crazy? It is kind of crazy, right? So the only thing that I have to do, no shit, Admiral Akbar. So the only thing I have to do is I have to put this lighthouse, only one, which is very portable, and this is like powered with you can charge it. You have to charge this base station. You put it anywhere in front of you, and you will have 6 degrees of freedom tracking. And together with that software that I was talking before, with it's called a Riftcat VR Rig, I can play all SteamVR games with two 6 degrees of freedom controllers on my Oculus Go. Now that is pretty neat, isn't it? And definitely I'm going to make a nice video out of it and show you how my Oculus 6 degrees of freedom SteamVR machine is going to look like. That is pretty neat, right? So this is Nolo VR. And okay, so this is Nolo VR. I will definitely make a video out of that, Adam. Without a doubt, I'm going to make a video out of it. I'm going to check it out. I'm going to let you guys know how well it works. Now, Nolo VR. Unfortunately, this set cost $199 when it launched last year in 2017. And you know that now with $199, you can get a Windows Mixed Reality headset. So that at $199, I think it's unfortunately a tough sell for Nolo VR. Actually, I feel very sympathetic with that company. And but at $199, I believe it's too expensive to upgrade your Oculus Go to be a 6 degrees of freedom headset that can play SteamVR games. I mean, I'm going to try it. I'm going to try out how well that works. I'm going to try how bad the latency is in my 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi network here, and I'm also going to try it wired. But I think at $199, it's a tough upgrade, right? If this costs probably $99, probably they would sell a lot of it for all the Oculus Go users who would like to play SteamVR games in 6 degrees of freedom. But at $199, this is a bit expensive. What do you guys think about the price of $199? And let me just check if it still costs $199, because I haven't been on their website for quite some time. Nolo VR. So Nico says it was $99 when it wasn't Kickstarter. Yeah, it's a bit steep, right? Okay, get it now. So guys, buy it now. Let's see if it still costs $199. And you guys say yes. Text for Press says it's a bit steep. Agreed. Too much. $99 would tap into the Oculus Go market. Totally agreed. If you can get this for $99, I think lots of Oculus Go users would think, hey, you know what? Let me upgrade my Oculus Go to 6 degrees of freedom with 2 motion controllers and the SteamVR games, right? But $199 is too expensive. Okay, so it sells on Amazon. And you can get it for $199. Oh no. Can you get it like second hand? I mean, for $199, just buy the Lenovo Explorer, right? No, guys, no. What do you guys think about the Nolo? Yeah, Push the Limit says. Should be $125, agreed. Thornton, I would need to see it in action to even consider it. Okay, man, I'm going to make a video for you, okay? And show you how the Oculus Go becomes a 6 degrees of freedom SteamVR headset. And Olivier JT is here. Hello, everyone. Yes. Nico, if you could make the VRFC 2.0 work correctly, you could unplug the cable or go wireless directly. Okay, I'll try. Yes, and Fugazi, there's an exciting video coming up. Admiral says Nolo means I don't want in Latin, so the name is fitting. Okay. Nico, the Ridge app was like $15 on the App Store. 2.0 is still a bit buggy though, okay. Push Limit says that video will give a lot of viewers. Yeah, hopefully. That would be great, right? Viewers that can help fill this very sad beer glass. Oh yes, nice, thank you. Thank you very much, Colin, for putting something here into the beer glass. What's up, non-VR users? Says Colin. Colin, thank you so much for supporting this channel and for watching my videos. I know you do, and that is simply incredible. Thank you, Colin, for your support and for putting something here in this quite empty beer glass here, even at the end of the show. So now is your last chance to support this channel with some super chats, guys. Now you can blow your message here on the channel. So it would be very cool if you would do so. And in the final stretch, put something into this beer glass. All right, guys. So, but the news is actually, not that I'm making the video about the Nolo VR, which I will be doing, Nolo VR completes a 10 million Series A financing round led by Blue Run Ventures. So Nolo is doing good. So they've sold quite a number of the Nolo CV1 and they got a 10 million Series A financing round led by Blue Run Ventures. Let me read out the news. So, Nolo VR, the China-based company behind the 6 degrees of freedom mobile tracking system Nolo CV1, today announced they have successfully completed a 10 million Series A financing round. The Series A was led by Menlo Park-based Blue Run Ventures and included Nigeria-based Lotus Capital. Previously, Nolo VR had secured financing from Lotus Capital and Galileo Capital. With the funding, Nolo VR says they will continue to optimize the software, hardware, and content platforms, and will also soon release their own 6 degrees of freedom mobile VR app platform dubbed Nolo Home. Nolo CV1, which launched in July 2017 for $200 after a successful Kickstarter, includes an optical sensor-based 2 optically tracked controllers featuring touchpad input and a similarly tracked marker intended to attach to the top of the headset, giving otherwise 63 degrees of freedom headsets 6 degrees of freedom tracking. The system also allows to play SteamVR games provided you download a software called RiftCat. Exactly, yes. So, good news for them. They got a $10 million funding, which is pretty neat for a startup. Nice. Incredible. Yeah, so I will definitely check this out. I will definitely try that on the Oculus Go. I have everything here. I have the Nolo CV1 here, and without a doubt, I will check this out. And Francis, Taxman, thank you so much for another $3. Man, thank you so much for your continued support. And it's for the rope fund. And for all, that's an inside joke because my Patreons, you know, I'm chatting with my Patreons very often on the MRTV Discord server. And they really want me to wear one of those ropes that this Playboy founder, now at the moment I forgot the name of this Playboy founder, he was always wearing those ropes. And they really want me to wear those ropes in the Patreon live streams. And I think it's a very beautiful idea. Once I get 40 years old next year, we're going to think about that one. Text for press. So thank you so much for your continued support and for putting some funds into the rope fund. Nice. Thank you. Yeah. So Nolo VR got funded. Hugh Hefner, exactly. Hugh Hefner. And Admiral Akbar says, yes, Patreon is worth it, right? Exactly, Patreon is where the memes are. So, I'd be really glad if you love this channel and if you would like to support me with one cold adult beverage a month, please do support me on Patreon. You will get incredible behind the scenes footage that no one else can see. You will have access to the Patreon MRTV Discord channel where we talk about the insider stuff all the time, and the most important, you will make sure that this channel can keep on surviving and thriving, of course, in the future, and that I can keep on doing this because again, I'm doing this full time. I have made the decision to go full-time on this, living off my savings right now, and I've decided not to take money from the hardware companies.